So I was thinking yesterday, you know, we're told this is a realm of duality, but is it? It seems like it might be a trinary type of realm because, you know, you've got good and bad, but what about neutral? Black and white, gray. Positive and negative numbers, but then you have zero. There's mother, father, and child, birth and death, but you've got life in between. It's a 3D realm. Seems like things come in threes here. Wasn't it Nikola Tesla that said that if you understand 3, 6, and 9, you can understand reality? Just thinking that maybe instead of thinking of this as a dualistic existence, if we think of it as a trinary existence, that may somehow put things in a different perspective. Just a thought. Have a great day. I usually don't do words on this one, but this word has caused me problems. The word cop means to seize, to catch, capture, or arrest as a prisoner. From the Latin capere, to seize, to take. From the Proto-Indo-European root cap, to grasp. Capere is related to the Old English capion, which is where the word cheap comes from, and the etymology dictionary says to see cheap under the word cop. And so I looked up cheap, and cheap means low in price that may be bought at a small cost. It just seems very fitting. Police officers are policy enforcers for the system. The whole protect and serve is not to protect and serve the people, that's to protect and serve the system. We, the people, are not taught our rights for a reason. If we knew our rights, we could defend them. An individual's best bet is to avoid the entire legal system, if at all possible. Even a non-criminal civil matter can go awry really quick if a police officer doesn't like your attitude. Now, I'm not saying that all police officers are bad people. Unfortunately, though, the good ones cover up for the bad ones a lot of the time. You know, they have to protect the brotherhood. So that makes them just as guilty. I worked with law enforcement for 6 years, so I've seen a lot of this firsthand. Have a great day. In a standard dictionary, the word synergy is defined as the interaction between two or more parties to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects, or a mutually advantageous conjunction of business elements, such as resources or efforts, a combined action or operation. In an etymology dictionary, synergy means cooperation, from the Latin synergia, joint work, a working together, cooperation, assistance, help. From synergos, working together, from syn, meaning together, and ergon, work, so work together. Now, someone asked me to do this word because they've been seeing the word synergy a lot recently in advertisements. And to me, it almost sounds like a gentler way to say conspire. To conspire is to work to bring about a particular result, typically a detrimental one. That's the only difference. But is there any guarantee that synergy is a moral act or a moral act of cooperation? I mean, I didn't see that in the definition. I personally see sin and energy in this word. Sin is an immoral act, and it's the living beings here that provide the energy to this matrix. And synergy makes me think of using our life force energy in immoral ways and trying to pass it off as cooperation and for the greater good. We need to merge these huge corporations and effectively create a monopoly, because that's the best thing. Have a great day. ITY on the end of an English word means condition or quality of being, and sane is of sound mind or mentally sound. So sanity would be the condition of being mentally sound or of sound mind. The word sane is of an unknown origin. It is thought to be a back formation from insane, or from the Latin sanus, meaning sound or healthy, a word also of uncertain origin. Insane is mentally damaged, from the Latin insanus, meaning mad, of unsound mind, outrageous, excessive, or extravagant. It's from in, meaning not, and sanus, meaning well, healthy, or sane. So to be insane would be not well or not healthy. Lunatic is another word for someone that is insane. And luna is moon in Latin, and tic comes from the Latin tic, which turns nouns into adjectives. So a lunatic would be someone of the moon. When I looked it up in an etymology dictionary, it says lunatic is affected with periodic insanity dependent on the changes of the moon. From the Old French lunatique, meaning insane, or directly from the Latin lunaticus, moonstruck. And I thought about the moon potentially being some kind of projector that projects low frequency here. It may be what is responsible for the 3D overlay. There are several ancient legends from cultures all around the world that speak of a time before the moon was here. Thanks for your comment. Have a great day. URE, when placed at the end of a word in English, means process or function of. So a creature would be a function of creating, or from a process of creation. The word creature means to bring into being, from the Latin creatus, to make, bring forth, produce, procreate, beget, or cause. It's related to crescere, meaning arise, be born, increase, or grow, from the Proto-Indo-European root cur, to grow. Now, I personally feel that every creature in this realm was created initially, as in potentially generated in a lab. There are many ancient hieroglyphs that depict humanoid animal creatures. Even many of the gods are shown to be this way. The Homo sapien was allegedly created by the Anunnaki gods, or the Elohim. Genesis is a process, state, or condition of genes. It's the story of our genetic manipulation, or our devolution from a once higher creature. We're told that man was created last, but what if it's the other way around and many creatures actually come from us? And then what if one of these creatures took over the original creators, enslaved them, and began to genetically downgrade them? Have a great day. Immortal versus eternal. Is there truly a difference? Eternal comes directly from the Latin aeternalis, meaning of an age, everlasting, endless, enduring, permanent. Immortal comes from the Latin immortalis, meaning deathless, undying, imperishable, endless. Both of them mean endless. Personally, I think spirit outside of a vessel is eternal and immortal, and they are virtually the same thing. Eternal means that we have always been and we will always be. The Bible alludes to the fact that we are eternal beings. You cannot be condemned somewhere for eternity if you're not eternal. Just saying. Now, I personally think of immortal as living in one body for a very long time, potentially forever, and that same vessel not dying. That is an immortal. Could also be an immortal force that does not take a physical form. That is also immortal. That would be spirit. It's just how I see it. Have a great day. I saw the word blame the other day, and I thought of it as be lame. It is pretty lame to place blame. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't fix anything. Regardless of whose fault an issue is, the issue still remains and it has to be dealt with. Blame means an act or expression of disapproval, responsibility for something that is wrong, rebuke, culpability. It's from the Old French blasme, meaning blame, reproach, or condemnation. It's from blasmer, to rebuke. Rebuke is a reproof for fault or wrong, a direct reprimand, an insult, a rebuff, a shame, a disgrace. So, like I said at the beginning, I mean, placing blame doesn't fix anything. Okay, you have let me know that I am a shameful disgrace and that this is all my fault. We still have to deal with it. Have a great day. A standard dictionary defines emergence as the process of coming into view after being concealed. And immediately I thought about a baby being born. We emerge into this reality. Now, according to an etymology dictionary, the word emergence means unforeseen occurrence. It's from the Latin emergere, rise up, meaning an emerging process of coming forth. Now, what also came to mind for me is that in Sumerian, E means Lord, and all language originates from Sumerian. So we're merging with the Lord being the AI system that is attempting to diminish our spirit and harvest us for our energy. The word emerge means to rise from or out of anything that surrounds, covers, or conceals, come forth, appear, as from concealment. Directly from the Latin emergere, bring forth or bring to light. From the assimilated form of ex, meaning out, and mergere, to dip or sink. And I think about us falling into sin or into lower density. And in order to get out from under control of the AI, we must rise up. Now, that's just what comes to mind for me. Obviously, that's not going to resonate with everyone. And I also thought of to emerge is to bring to light. Well, I'm not convinced that light is good, okay? It's darkness where we have the potential to create. Light is blinding and overstimulating. Light also is what creates matter and what begins entropy. So, if there is dark and evil, good and evil, dark and light, and if one's bad and one's good, I'm pretty sure the dark's the good one. But that's what I found on Emergence. Thanks for your comment. Have a great day. The word breathe and breath can be rearranged into be earth or be heart. I find that interesting. The Bible talks about the breath of life is how spirit was placed into these vessels or cells. And the etymology of the word breathe is, so breathe means draw air into, expel it from the lungs. It was not a word in Old English. Its source word was breath. So breath means odor, scent, stink, vapor, or exhalation. It's from the Proto-Germanic breathes or braves, which means smell and exhalation. Its origin is unknown, possibly from the Proto-Indo-European root guer, meaning breathe or smell. So I decided to look up smell. It means emit or perceive an odor. Its origin is also unknown. And it's felt to be related to the word smolder, which means to smother or suffocate. And I think about us being the divine spark. The spark of divinity is within. We are fire creation spirits, and our flame can get very, very small, but it can't ever completely go out. The goal of this physical reality seems to be to diminish our light as much as it can, at least with how it's being run now. Likely was not created this way. And I also found it really interesting that in Sumerian, where all language originally comes from, the word for breath is Lil. And I thought about Lilith. Enlil is the malevolent, or the most malevolent of the Anunnaki gods, or the bull gods that the Bible is about. Have a great day. Bless you is a phrase that I have mentioned before. I see bless you as be less you. And to call someone less than is not necessarily a compliment. Now, when we sneeze, we actually do lose some of our bodily fluids, so you technically are less you after a sneeze. When I looked up the word bless, it comes from the Old English bletzen or bledson, to consecrate by religious rite, make holy, give thanks. From Proto-Germanic bloodison, hallow with blood or mark with blood. It's from blotham, blood. To bless was originally sprinkling blood on pagan altars. If we said, mark you with blood after a sneeze, that may not go over quite as well as bless you. Thanks for your comment. Have a great day. I was thinking about halls of Amenti, and the word Amenti is Amen or Amun, Amun-Ra, the androgynous demiurge. And it, T is it. So the halls of Amenti are an item of the demiurge. Just a thought.